Okay, so let's talk about what we just talked about in here before I turn on the recording. You can create me 3 text files, Word documents, if you will, going over a cybersecurity issue as it relates to programming. I need a 1-page paper intro. It can be a little more than that. If it's like a page and a half, I'm not gonna like dock you points, but keep it under 2. Keep it on 2 pages. I'm not gonna read that much. But it should have an introduction, 3 body paragraphs, and a conclusion. You guys have wrote 5-point paragraphs before, I'm guessing. Okay. Format it like that. Cite your resource. You can put it at the bottom if it's, you can put it in the footer or the header, or not the header, don't put it in the header. Put your name, class, and put online or in class so I don't have to search, because I know some of your names, but not all of them. I have like 60 people in my programming classes, so it's hard to keep everyone straight. But I do care. I care about you as an individual. I don't care about you as a whole. Like all of you guys, I don't like this class. I don't care about, but Destiny, Corey, everyone, I care about you individually.
It's like whatever.
TJ, oh, it's Clifton. I know your last name's Clifton. I forget. I think I remember your last name. I know some of y'all.
Parker. That's my first name.
Okay, so I'll assume that was your last name. So, but I do care about you individually. So if you have a problem, like truly a problem, you can always come to me. I'll give you the best advice I can give. I'm not a licensed psychologist, so I'll probably give you some bad advice. But I've despite me only being 34, I've been through a lot. So we all have. So submit it to my email. Just send it to me via email. Make sure you put your name in class, and then that this is, I guess you don't really need to say that this is a 3-point paragraph paper or 5-point paragraph paper, because I'll be able to tell. But just send it to me to my email, and then I will go back and find zeros that you have and replace them with a 70, assuming it's not a complete dog shit art. Like if it's full of grammatical errors, spelling errors, I'm not going to give you a 70. I'll give you whatever, if there's like 20 if it's just like one big run-on sentence, I might give you a 50. If it's just one sentence, no punctuation, no capitalization, I will probably give you, if it's informative, I might get you a 50. Yeah, at least the very first word will be capitalized. But write well. You guys are, I expect college level English comprehension and ability. Yeah. So sure. If you have Grammarly and you want to run through that, that's fine. I'm not gonna dock you for that, but use proper English. If I have to reread lines 6 or 7 times to get your meaning.
So when you say proper English, you mean like actually educated American
This is the King's English. We speak the King's.
Queen's English.
We speak the King's here in America. Use the King's English. Well, the British use the Queen's English. So.
Well, I mean, you always do like 1600 English,
What are you talking about?
Was America a country in 1600?
No.
Not declared, but yes.
No, it wasn't. It was a colony.
Colonies. It was actually British.
When did America become a country? Besides the people I know who know this. Yes. Get out.
No, the dollar was created afterwards. It was created in the
You know
1500s.
who John Hancock was?
Okay, all right, 1792. It's when. Am I still incorrect, or am I right? Professor.
You're wrong. When was the Declaration signed, guys? Come on.
July 4th.
What year?
1999. Oh my gosh, come on. Chris has a good song about it.
I know you guys are just effing with me, but this is really triggering.
I don't know.
Who was the first president?
George Washington Carver.
Who was the second? Okay, who was the second president? Don't.
George Washington.
Who was the second president?
Samuel Adams.
Yeah, I was gonna say Samuel Adams.
It's not Samuel Adams.
No, Samuel Adams was never president.
Who knows for like knows who the second president was?
John Adams.
Thank you.
Which one?
Wayne Gacy.
John, exactly. It was John Adams. Who was the fourth president?
His son,
Whose name was?
John Quincy Adams.
What do they teach you in history here?
Okay,
Like, I'm just
do you
curious.
guys know that I can name off all the presidents of the 20th
Okay, well,
century?
here's one for you.
Who's okay? Hold on. This is easy. Who was the 16th president? Someone in the back. 16th.
It's my favorite.
Come, you're there, Riley.
He's the father of the Republican Party.
Shh, don't.
I know what his
I
name
didn't
is.
ask for
I
hints.
know. Is it Lincoln?
Yes.
I wouldn't be here if you didn't. To be
Alright.
fair, I keep
So-
trying to watch the History Channel and they just keep showing
Here's two
so
more for you on history.
that's really not my
One,
fault. I'm Rick Harrison, and this is my
was George Washington actually the first president?
Pawn Stars in ancient England. Oh, the black dude.
He was the actual first
He first recognized.
recognized.
But there was actually a U.S. president before him. I can't remember the name, unfortunately. But then also, where was the U.S. Capitol originally before D.C.?
They were debating between, I think they were debating between three places: Philadelphia, New York City, and actually DC. They didn't want New York
DC
because-
wasn't there, but it was
The original White House was in
Philly.
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. They didn't have any cheese there.
And that's actually where Washington started out and traveled from there to the current
Well,
White House once it got
That's where you had the Federalists and the.
When was the White House burned down the first time?
1812.
Or 1812.
I know you know. Okay, let's get back to programming. This is just making me
That's why I
upset.
programmed to search the web to find all that.
This is upsetting me. Okay, sorry. So, you can write up to 3. I will replace your grades. I will not replace like the midterm test or the debugging one because that one's worth 15 points. So, any of the ones that are worth 10 points, which is most of your assignments, I will replace. So, if you missed the debug, I said before I issued it that the debugging one's a bigger one. You should really focus on it. And obviously, I won't place like a midterm with it. So, I think the midterm was worth 20 something. So, if you miss the midterm and debugging, you're probably going to get out of here with a C, regardless if you do this. So, this shows you that you need to try. That's all I ask for, just some effort. You get in my class, you will get a B for effort. If you're just a terrible programmer, you never get it, but you submit something every single time, I will give you a B. So, and no, there's a few people that have submitted something every time. So let's talk about the assignment. Should be pretty easy, I hope. I just want you to use the .text that I posted in the content section, create a recursive turtle program. I've pretty much already done that for you. I've set up the recursion part, I've set up the turtle part. So all you got to do is tell Bob what to do. Spend some time on it. Try. Just, don't just give me a single line and say, I did something. Because I'll give you an F. I'll give you a 50. I'll give you a 60.
So 4 means a 70?
Yeah, 10.5.
It's gonna go up exponentially. So you'll need 8 for a 70.
Oh god.
I'm not gonna go by lines. I'm gonna go by effort. So let's go ahead and take a look at it, what I gave you, and just show you some cool stuff you can do with it. Recursiveness. So I gave you guys some extra help because I know some of y'all need it still. Fill this part out. So I've created for you the turtle Bob. Where's a pen? That pen size doesn't change. I think I borked that up. So if you want to make the lines thicker, you got to do something else. I forget what it was. I did this on my phone, so it's not the best, but I did give you guys a little random generator. You can use it. You can add to it. I don't really care. Essentially what this does, let's just run it. Hopefully it runs. I got to do this stupid close thing. Exit on click. I forgot about that. 3. So this isn't going to do much because the numbers are kind of small, but so let's up the ante.
Python? What are your factors at?
So there's your line. And I made it all multicolored because it's fun. Why not? Do you guys see how I made it multicolor?
Have the color list as random.
Yeah. So what is this right here? What did I make here?
A dictionary.
Dictionary. So this is a dictionary. Why is it a dictionary, TJ? Why is this a dictionary? But what differentiates, other than the curly brackets, what differentiates a dictionary from a list?
The list is just like a list of unfortunate thing you want, like for example,
Somebody help them out. What makes a dictionary over a list? Keys. No, not keys jingling. Jesus Christ, guys. So what's a key? So TJ, what's a key in this?
key is to find wherever you pick the number, then that's the kind of
Right. So the numbers are the keys, right? So whenever you call 1 from this dictionary, blue pops out. And how did I make it do it? How did I make it do it on its own? Parker.
You made it. You were defining different commands for Bob, and that's how it did. That's how you did it on your own, or was I? Is that completely wrong?
How does it pick the color?
Would it do it by just quickly going over the different range of numbers that you set forth? No. Well, it's just random. Like I said, you're just going through the range of numbers. That it's
I'm using a random.
Yeah.
I'm just generating a random integer between 1 and 4. So you can do that. You can do that with the length of stuff if you want. You can do it with the angle. Let's do that. Let's try with an angle. Let's do forward x. What should we do? Someone shout out a number.
32.
You both said 32. That's weird. It's creepy.
Which is really weird because normally I say 42.
Give me an upper end one.
173.
That's weird. You said 172. You said 173. Did you guys just become best friends? I think you did. Oh, 962. Okay.
I was just trying to make sure to keep it under 360.
Yeah, keep it under 360. Otherwise, it's gotta go.
359.
We can say 359.
Yeah.
That's gonna look good. Yeah, 359, not 0.5.
359.5.
And this is gonna go through 20 times the length of 50. Okay, so let's run it. Oh, bite me.
Yeah, you get tabs and spaces back and used intermittently back and forth.
Yeah, I'm also missing a parenthesis. What? I did it with tabs in idle, so I don't know why. Idle's not the best.
Yeah, I noticed when I copy and pasted it, like intermittent back and forth between them.
Oh my god. Line 15. Oh. It's doing it again.
You tab one more on 15.
There we go.
I had throw a state logo.
There you go.
Got it.
So this doesn't really make it real recursive, but it is a recursive function. So we can do
random function still repeats, right?
right. It's a random function that keeps randomizing itself, and then it builds on itself. So it essentially what this does, it draws a line, and then it does a recursion of that line slightly. And you can change this up. You can do times. How can I do it? I wonder if I can do decimal values. Let's try it. Maybe looking for integer. Nope, there we go. So x is just getting bigger and bigger as it goes through the recursion. So I like to do so x minus x divided by 100. So it should just get slowly smaller and smaller. Oh, it doesn't go through enough iterations to know. Let's do it by 10. Let's make this a little bit bigger. And this how the lines are progressively getting smaller. And the little turtle's just spinning around. Doing some donuts. So what's the limiting statement of this? What's the limiter on the recursion? Corey, you weren't here for the recursive class. Have you watched the video?
No, but I
Good.
want to understand what recursion is.
Okay, so what's the limit? What's the limiting statement on this recursion? What breaks the recursion essentially?
I mean, what do you mean what breaks?
So what keeps it from recurring infinitely?
I would guess the turtle drive statement there.
Close.
Is that what's?
It's this one right here.
Oh, right.
So every time it recurses on itself, it's going to do t minus 1.
Okay. What was so it's with the if statement there, the t greater than 0. What is that?
Essentially, so what we're doing is we're saying t is equal to 50. So essentially, we want it to recurse, and then every time it goes through the recursion, it does t minus 1 until it reaches 0, and then eventually it'll hit that.
So you only gave it the 3. But can you give it more than the 3, the t, x, and y?
Oh yeah.
More dimensions than that?
Oh sure. Yeah, you can do any number you want, but you have to have something that says we're done recursing. So if I were to make this 500, it's going to go on for a very, 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 very long time.
So what if we change the t from -1?
What's that?
What if we change the t from -1?
To
It's set to -1.
Yeah, I just put something there arbitrarily because I don't use it. You could do something like so not only is the x getting smaller, but the t is also getting smaller. But one's getting smaller multiplicatively. One's getting smaller numerically. Well,
So basically, just keep going, holding in on itself until it gets to a point where it can't hold anymore.
yeah. Essentially, the line is this. The distance is equal to 0. It hits that t greater than 0 statement, and so on and so forth. So.
With that if statement though, does your t have to remain less than 0? It says if t is greater than 0.
Yeah. So once, if I were to say +1, this will go on forever.
Yeah.
Because it'll always be greater than 0.
So that's why the if statement is the limit.
Right. That's the limiting factor of this recursion. So, and like I said, you can do. How do we make a triangle in this?
Instead of having a random on the turns, it's actually set certain degrees.
What would make it a?
60.
Think so.
For isosceles.
See what happens when we do 60.
Okay, nope, we got a spiral.
That's cool.
Because I think there's other Factory would probably have to change somewhere there.
Well, this is that angle. You actually need to make it 120.
Reverse, yeah.
Yeah. So then it makes a triangular spiral.
That's actually quite cool looking.
You notice it's kind of lopsided still because of the difference between x and t. So, and we can make it a little bit more. So we can do, let's do this. Oops.
That's gonna look interesting.
Wait, we don't need this one. Well, we could do that one still. Let's do that one. Let's see what happens. That's cool. Like Roy said in his presentation. The cool thing is sometimes there's things that you don't expect. So let's see what happens. There you go.
Cool.
It's making a smaller and smaller triangle to the right. Why is it sticking with one color for so long?
Because it's random and it can just.
I heard a lady voice in the back, very quiet. Speak up. What's that? Yeah. Yeah. Because essentially just call it once, and then it goes through all this with that one color. Exactly right. So if I were to throw in, let's do left 90, see what happens.
That is really cool.
That's awesome.
What happened to that one? One got kind of dorked.
Sure it's not just yellow, you can't see it, or?
Oh, it is yellow.
That is really cool looking though.
So this is pretty much what I'm doing right now is what I want you to do for your assignment. Just play with it, have fun, spend at least an hour. You don't have to do it all in one sitting, but spend at least an hour on it. I can tell if you just slap something together in 5 minutes, 10 minutes before the assignment's due. I'll be able to tell. But if you put some thought into it, like I said, you'll make 100. Even if you can fake it, if you can do it in 5 minutes and make it look like you did something for an hour, then you'll still get 100. I don't, I'm not perfect. I'm close. 5 minutes and very intricate. That'd be pretty cool. Did I? No, I didn't send it. I made a really cool looking eyeball thing, but I don't remember how I did it. I think I just, if you set the angles really small, you can make kind of a. See what this does. You can kind of make kind of a circle looking thing. And it kind of flew off the rails there.
Jeez. I don't know exactly what colors is there like
Here's your spirograph,
well, are you trying to get like one color?
sort of.
Oh, I don't know. Like,
Since it degrades, it's not a true
yeah, like
spirograph.
certain colors you can't find. Like,
You can get rid of this statement. You guys remember spirographs?
You need to remove the parentheses.
Here's a spirograph. And to be honest, I really hate I think this would look a lot cooler if it was just one color, but
Two instead of just straight.
Yeah. and you can add green and whatever. Yeah. Let's do. do the colors from my alma mater. There we go. It's not quite the right color. That's more of a Texas-y color, but
It's even worse.
we'll pretend it's Oklahoma State. So,
That's fair.
because they have a very specific hue that's copywritten.
Really, they
I
copyrighted
said
it
it
all.
always looked like Purdue's colors.
Yeah. I mean, OU did the same thing. So I mean, you just called your favorite school a douchebag.
It's not my favorite school by any means.
That's good.
Most every school ends up copying another.
Yeah.
school's,
Well, that's all they do. I mean, like fight songs. I mean, there's like 6 original schools.
You guys look how many schools use the same fight songs as Notre Dame.
OSU uses its own. We wrote ours. Well, other than the waving song.
It'll be good.
The waving song is old New York, but it was popular at the time. So, but Ride and the chant are both written. Whenever we play all 3 songs, called the trilogy. Ends with a OSU. Only after field goals do we play the trilogy in its whole thing. What's that?
You play trumpet, right?
I did. I was
Sax.
T1. I was T1 at OSU.
Oh, really? So you're hot shit, weren't you?
I was not. I was far from the best. There's a guy named Ryan Hatcher was the best trumpet player at OSU. He anytime if you ever went to a game between 2000, well, I guess it was 2000, maybe 2004 and 2007. Ryan Hatcher was there, and anytime you heard a really high kiss off at the end of every song that we did, that was him, because he could play Into the Stratosphere easily.
That high C.
He played like high G's.
High G's? Oh my god.
And he would kiss off, so it'd be like da 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 da. You just hear this trailing note, and that was always him. And no one said anything because he was really good. But that's all I want to talk about. No class next week. Have a safe, happy Thanksgiving. Don't do anything stupid. I don't think Thanksgiving's really a stupid thing, like a stupid doing holiday. So just don't. Watch out for Black Friday. It's a lot of middle-aged women that'll elbow you in the
I'm
face.
trying to fight somebody, so I'm going out for Black Friday.
Well, if
My team